On today's IRS tax refund update, we will take a look at the latest developments, including the next round of tax refunds scheduled for release this week. And from there, we will check in on the status of those amended tax returns. And with more and more tax refunds finally being issued, come additional reports of adjusted tax refunds, with certain tax filers receiving refunds for much less than anticipated and in some cases now owing the IRS. And from there, we will recap step-by-step instructions for those who still do not know how to access those tax transcripts, still experiencing delays. Starting off with the latest, as the next round of tax refunds are scheduled for release on September 18th and 20th, as confirmed by the tax transcripts seen here now. If you have selected to receive your refund via direct deposit, expect to receive that refund in your bank account by the refund date listed on the tax transcript. However, you must wait 5 additional days to receive it before initiating a payment trace. Meanwhile, for those who opted to receive a paper refund check, most will receive within 7 to 10 days of that posted refund date. But you must allow 30 days for it to arrive in the mail before initiating a payment trace. And as an additional reminder, we are still receiving reports that not all refund status results on the IRS website are updating. So it is important to check your tax transcripts to confirm you are part of the latest refund batch, and you must see an 846 refund issue code before your refund is scheduled to be released. Meanwhile, turning to amended returns, as the average processing times this year for those returns has been between 2 to 4 months. However, depending on the circumstances of your specific return, it could take longer, and in previous years, viewers of this channel had to wait upwards to 14 months to see their amended return processed and refund issued. However, for this tax season, we have seen those processing times drop substantially, as in the case of this viewer submitted amended return, which was received by the IRS back on May 7th. It was adjusted by the IRS on August 16th and completed on September 6th, with the refund scheduled to be released within the next 4 weeks, which would put the overall processing and wait time at 5 months, which is similar to other reports we have seen. As an additional reminder, do check. Make sure to check the status of your amended return using the Where's My Amended Return feature on the IRS website, and not the regular Where's My Refund option. Moving on to those tax refunds, as we are receiving additional reports of those tax refunds finally being issued. However, more reports of viewers receiving adjusted refunds, which are much lower than they originally anticipated, and in some cases they have gone from expecting a tax refund to now owing the IRS. And there are several different reasons why this is occurring, starting off with a problem that impacts millions of tax returns a year, which is the tax return filed contains an entry error. Now, the good news, in most cases, the IRS can auto-correct the error and adjust the tax refund accordingly. However, depending on the error, there could be a noticeable impact to that tax refund. Meanwhile, we have seen a number of refunds reduced due to past due child support owed, and that is a regular occurrence we see yearly, along with federal agency non-tax debts. Now, if you are impacted by this situation, you are likely to see the credit transferred outline on your tax transcript, as seen here. Another cause of a reduced refund is if you attempted to claim a credit such as the Earned Income Tax Credit, and it was rejected by the IRS. Now, this is yet another problem we commonly see, especially if the IRS requests paperwork for a credit being claimed which they do not receive from the tax filer. And what will end up happening is the IRS, after not receiving the appropriate paperwork, will reject the requested credit and adjust the refund. So it is important that you respond to all documentation requests by the IRS during tax processing. Now, moving on to those tax transcripts and how to access yours. To get started, you will want to visit the IRS website and click on Sign In to your account. Once you're directed to the Your Account page, click on the blue box that says Sign Into Online Account that appears under Individual as indicated here. Now, if you have yet to create an online IRS account, click on the Create a New Account option and make sure to have a valid photo ID available to complete the process, which should only take a few minutes in most cases. Once you have completed the process, come back to this screen and click on the Sign In with ID.me green box highlighted here. From there, you will go through the ID.me authentication process, which results in a 6-digit code sent to your cell phone to complete the process. Once successfully logged in, you will be taken to your IRS account homepage, which appears similar to this. And from there, click on the View Tax Records option that appears on the right-hand side of the screen. From there, you will be taken to this page, the Tax Records page, and click on the blue Get Transcript button as seen here. On the Get Transcript page, click the scroll-down menu next to select a reason you need a transcript and select Federal Tax, then click Go. From there, you will have 4 transcript options and select the appropriate tax year under Record of Account Transcript as shown here. Ultimately, your tax transcript will look similar to what appears on the screen, with multiple pieces of information listed. Now, the processing date that appears is used by the IRS computer system as a target date in which your tax return will be fully processed. However, do note this is not a definite date and can change several times as you wait for that tax refund. Some of the first 3-digit tax transcript codes that will appear will be the 150 code, which indicates your tax return has been received, and is currently in the IRS system, along with the 806 code, which represents the federal tax withholding from your earned income. Both codes are normal and ones you will expect to see. The first tax transcript code that represents an issue is the 570 code as shown here, which indicates additional account action pending. Now this means there is a hold on your account, preventing the IRS to process. If you encounter this code, you are likely to fall into one of 2 categories. The first is seeing the 570 and 971 codes with the same date, which means the IRS has automatically corrected the issue discovered with your tax return, such as a math error, and has cleared your refund for release. Or if the 2 codes have separate dates within a short period of time from each other, like seen on this image to the right, it means there is still an issue and that the IRS is sending you out a notice. Now, the notice in question could simply state the IRS needs more time to process, or it may be a request for specific information they need to continue the processing of your tax return. All tax transcripts will also contain an 8-digit cycle code as seen here. Now, the code indicates when the tax return was posted to the IRS master file, and there are keys available to decipher exactly the date represented by the code. Now, the last 2 digits of the cycle code represent whether your account is a daily or weekly account, and that will represent when you could see updates to your tax transcript. A significant amount of viewers indicate their cycle codes end in 05, which means they will see tax transcript updates Friday mornings, whereas codes ending between 01 and 04 will see updates on a specified day between Monday and Thursday. And finally, for those who are seeing tax topic 152 and 151 appear on your refund status results, those are not tax transcript codes. The only way to see tax transcript codes is by logging into your IRS account and reviewing it. Now, while these were some of the most popular codes, they are definitely not the only ones that may appear on your tax transcripts. Let us know in the comment section below which codes are appearing on your tax transcripts, and we'll make sure to include them in further episodes. Make sure to click on the thumbs up and subscribe button below for future updates on the channel, and thanks for watching.